We are waiting for you.
Now, at my end, I can fully see. My last case opened in me a new fear, a real fear, a fear of myself, of what I am, and of what I've always been. All that I was is now lost. Hope, purpose, pleasure, all meaningless. I now walk in the shadows between worlds, and it is there I have finally glimpsed upon what lives in the dark corners of the earth.
I like the way you smile at me, baby. I like the way you smile at me, baby. So baby, won't you smile?
Robert, this had better be good. What's the beef?
Sorry, Jack. We had to call. This fellow will only talk to you. Name's Victor Holt.
Don't know any Victor.
He's the leader of this weird cult that moved in here a few months back. Got about 20 followers. They've been causing trouble all over town. Stealing, going through folks' trash, hanging around outside people's homes at all hours. No one ever presses charges, though. They're a screwy bunch. They've got the locals scared. So tonight, we were just passing, doing the normal rounds, when we heard gunshots fired from their property.
Gunshots? Hang on there. No one said anything about gunshots. Who have we got out here?
Yeah, just me, Nichols, and a few new recruits.
Well, that's just great. Lead the way, Robert. I better check out this crazy gang of yours. Did you call for backup?
Yep, you're it.
Great. A standard police vehicle. The boys need my help. I'm staying put. A standard police vehicle. The boys need my help. I'm staying. How you doing, kid?
Good, sir. Is it true what they say about you?
Depends on what they're saying.
That you've cracked cases where there was no evidence.
You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
Right.
Always questions I'm in no mood for answering.
Jack, Officer Nichols will brief you at the top. Be careful.
What's taking him so long? Something must be wrong.
Evening, Jack. Glad you could join the freak show.
How's it looking, Henry?
I don't like this one bit, Jack. Check the alley on the right. Victor Holt's over there in the shadows. He's waiting for you.
Can we trust him?
Nope, but we've got you covered. You better take it slowly, though. They're a bit twitchy.
Try to stay calm.
You better hurry, Jack.
He's on his way.
For Christ's sake, Jack, go!
Be careful, sir.
Oh, shit. I can't open it. Damn. Looks like I'm stuck. Might as well check this place out. It's an old stove. It's hot and giving off a lot of smoke. The stove's still burning. It's too dark to be sure, but that rotting smell tells me these shelves are used for storing food. Probably food, and the rats have been at it. Nothing of interest. Ugh, I'm not touching any of it. It looks like an eye, but the rest of the painting has no real shape. It looks like an eye, but the fire's still burning. It must have been lit recently, but it started to die down. The fire's still burning. This blasphemous image makes me feel uneasy. It must have been lit This blasphemous image makes me feel uneasy. This blasphemous fire's still burning. A powerful painting of some cosmic horror. That's an unusual design. A depiction of some alien creature. It's a strange painting, but it reminds me of something.
Keep shooting!
These fellows have one curious art collection. It's a strange painting. That's an unusual design. These fellows have one curious art collection. The board has been used to illustrate a diagram. The illustration is quite scientific. Looks like a blueprint for some kind of room. The illustration is quite scientific. Looks like a blueprint for some kind. As I continue to translate the narcotic fragments, I become more and more eager to contact my Yithian masters. These beings truly are gods to us. Their intellect and knowledge surpasses ours in ways impossible to comprehend. I know now just how insignificant mankind is in the universe, a doomed and simple species thrown up as a side effect of an experiment by the elder things. It is a blessing that such flawed creatures as ourselves have such a short and limited future. It's locked.
Watch him on the stand.
A powerful painting of some cosmic horror. An old grandfather clock. That ticking is giving me the creeps. It suits the place. This blasphemous image makes me feel uneasy. It's locked. A strangely bare hat stand. A strangely bare hat stand. The front door has been barricaded with tables and chairs. There's no way of getting to the door. It's been boarded up. The wood in those shelves looks rotten. It figures they'd collapse. The shelves have collapsed and spilled books all over the floor. It won't open. It won't budge. It won't budge.
At last!
I better keep my distance from the window, or I'll end up like this nut job. He seemed to recognize me. I don't get it. His body is covered in tattoos, and they were carved into his flesh with something sharp. The body's still warm, but he's definitely dead. He seemed to recognize me. I don't get it. Empty ammo boxes and spent shells. Nothing useful. An old wardrobe. I can't open it. Poisoning by the looks of it. He's dead. They're all dead. Suicide. Or rather, mass suicide. These nuts had some serious issues. He's dead. They're all dead. It's an old stove. It's hot and giving off a lot of smoke. The stove's still burning. A diary. This will make interesting reading. Nothing of interest. Suicide. Or rather, mass suicide. These nuts had some serious issues. Poison appears to have been on the menu. He's dead. I can't open it. Don't shoot. I'm unarmed.
Ah, we've been expecting you, Mr. Wallace.
Damn. He recognized me. And it sounded like he was going to get on the level with what's going on in this joint. Damn. He recognized me. And it sounded like he was going to get on the level with what's going on in this joint. I should keep back. I should keep back. A key. This should help downstairs. He's dead. Looks like a bad case of lead poisoning. What a nut house. The walls have been covered with glyphs. Those glyphs seem to have some semblance to mathematical symbols. Those glyphs seem to have some semblance to mathematical symbols. It's unlocked. Nope, nothing of interest. What a nut house. The walls have been covered with glyphs. I don't understand. I mean, all of these photos. All of them. There must be some kind of mistake. Why would they want me here? It must be an old case. Something I've forgotten. Some screwball with a grudge, maybe. Think. I've gotta think. All these photos and clippings are of me. I just don't get it. From the dates on some of these clippings, this crazed mob must have been following me for years. Jesus, I'm a detective and I had no idea. They seem to know so much about me, and I've got nothing on them, aside from their eccentric taste in paintings and their cheerful indulgence in self-mutilation. I know exactly zilch. A Jack Walters collage. A Jack Walters collage. What the hell is going on? It seems they've been tracking my movements. It's a timetable of my movements. Looks like it's from 2 days ago. What the hell is going on? It seems they've been tracking. It must have been lit recently, but it started to die down. The fire's still burning. A Jack Walters collage. Another key. This should fit the door across the hall. A Jack Walters collage. It's unlocked. For nutcases, they seem quite literate. These books are really old, and most of them are in strange languages I don't understand. I don't have time to read. I'm a detective, not a pen pusher. I don't have time to read. I'm a detective, not a pen pusher. I don't have time to read. I'm a detective, not a pen pusher. It looks like an eye, but the rest of the painting has no real shape. It appears to be a private study area. It appears to be a private study area. The drawer holds an ancient manuscript. The symbols on the front seem to be written in classical Greek. There are definitely some strange sounds coming from this side of the room. There are definitely some strange sounds coming from this side of the room. Not sound good. Well, that's just swell. He's dead. The beam must have fallen and crushed his skull. Medical charts on the human anatomy. Medical charts on the... This sink would be used for scrubbing up. Medical chart. It's dry and stained with old blood. I don't think it's been used recently. This sink would be used for scrubbing up. It's dry and stained with old blood. I don't think it's been used. This tunnel feels like it's gonna collapse at any moment. My God, there are bodies buried in the walls. At least that explains the stench. Some of them have been here a while. It's hard to say, but from the look of the bodies, I'd guess they're from the same crew of nut jobs. They've been burying bodies in the walls. Crazy bastards. The stench down here is sickening. The bodies must be rotting. The stench down here is sickening. The bodies must be rotting. This tunnel is definitely not stable. This tunnel is not safe at all. I'd better watch my step. He's dead. He's dead. Medical charts. This sink would be used for scrubbing up. Dead bodies, and plenty of them. Something dreadful has been going on down here. In all my time on the job, I've never seen anything like this before. It looks like the bodies have been mutilated. If my instincts are right, I'd say they've been experimenting on each other. The stench in here is even worse. Most of these corpses have been here a while. Dead bodies, and plenty of them. Something dreadful has been going on down here. In all my time on the job, I've never seen anything like this before. From the markings, he must have been one of their own. I wonder if he volunteered. From the look of the corpse, he must have died a few weeks back. They must have been trying to preserve the bodies. From the markings, he must have been one of their own. I wonder if he volunteered. Seems like these cabinets are used for storing chemicals and medical equipment. Seems like these cabinets are used for storing chemicals and medical equipment. I've never seen equipment like this before. Looks like some sort of generator for the machinery in this room. I've never seen equipment like this before. Nothing of interest here. It's not important. Nope, nothing important here. Looks like his kidneys. They're moving around in all that liquid. Looks like his kidneys. They're moving around. This pipe must drain the waste from his intestines. This pipe must drain the waste from his intestines. This pipe must drain the waste from his intestines. Looks like his brain. I wonder what those wires are for. Looks like his brain. I wonder what those wires are for. Looks like his stomach. The contraption above seems to be controlling his breathing, his beating heart. It's too hot to pick up. Good God, what the hell is all this? It's too hot to touch. I think it's being used as a power source for the machine. It's too hot to touch. I think it's being used as a power source for the machine. I've never seen such equipment before. Who could have made such a machine? His internal organs have been removed and spread across the room. This insane contraption looks like it's keeping him alive. He must be in terrible pain. How could anyone have done this to him? Surely he couldn't have volunteered for this torture. What the hell am I dealing with? What the hell am I dealing with? Oh, shit! I'm not touching it again. There's no power. At least he's out of his misery. The machine must have overloaded. He's dead. At least he's out of his misery. The machine must have overloaded. There's no power. Looks like some sort of generator for the machinery in this room. It's too hot to touch. I think it's being used as a power source for the machine. Odd. It looks like it's full of mercury. Odd. It looks like it's full of mercury. It's a similar shape to the slot upstairs. What the hell is that? I wonder what it's for. What the hell is that? There's no power. Odd. It looks like it's full of mercury. Odd. It looks like it's full of mercury. The crystal's still warm. I've never seen equipment like this before. It's too hot to touch. I think it's being used as a power source for the machine. There's no power. It looks like something's been removed from it. It's too hot to touch. I think it's being used as a power source for the machine. It's been more than 6 years since I entered that strange house in Boston. But to me, it was just 5 months ago. Amnesia, the doctors called it, probably brought on by acute mental stress. I remember investigating the far side of the library. There was screaming. According to the police report, they had searched the house for hours, only to find me later collapsed on the floor. When my eyes opened and I spoke, my colleagues recoiled in fear. There was something unnatural in my voice and blank gaze. They committed me to Arkham Asylum, where I was diagnosed with severe schizophrenia. As it became clear that I presented no danger to either myself or others, I was released from the asylum's care. I have learned little of my activities in the 6 years that followed. The accounts I've been able to piece together show much of my time was spent in travel and study. I maintained a fanatical infatuation with the occult, delving deep into volumes concerning witch cults and dark legends, often in languages unfamiliar to my own. When I reawakened 5 months ago, exactly 6 years after entering that house in Boston, no trace was left of what had been a secondary personality. I was myself again, or at least what I believed myself to be. Return to normal life has been a painful process. In recent days, my dreams have been plagued by cosmic landscapes, and I've become fearful of my own reflection. I am beginning to remember things from that day, more than 6 years past, that I've told no one else. Jack Walters.
Hello, Mr. Walters. My name's Arthur Anderson. I need your help finding a missing person.
I don't take that kind of job.
Did you get my package?
Hold on. What exactly do you want from me, Mr. Anderson?
It's one of my store managers, you see. Brian's his name. Ryan Burnham. Nice lad. He disappeared recently from the First National grocery store in Innsmouth.
Innsmouth? Never heard of it.
It's a small fishing town on the coast, not far from Arkham. I'd like to see you in person before you leave.
Hold on there a minute. I didn't agree to take this what the hell? I'll be here all day anyway. Driver, how far to the stop?
It's almost there. I'll drop you at the town square of Innsmouth.
Why lock the gates?
Keeps out wanderers looking for work. We don't want those folks like that interfering with our affairs.
Is the bus from Arkham always this empty?
Aye, and we prefers it that way. Not many come to Innsmouth.
But what about trade? Surely the port needs business.
Innsmouth has the means to look after her own. This is it, stranger. End of the line.
The next stop is Newburyport. The next stop is Newburyport. Could you direct me to the First National grocery store? I hear they have a shop in town.
I don't know nothing about that.
Oh, well, you see, I'm looking for a young lad called Brian Burnham. I'm a friend of the family. He worked in the store.
Don't know who you're talking about, fella.
The First National's a large chain. You sure you haven't seen it?
I'm sure. Stop bothering me with questions.
The First National's a large chain. I'm looking for Brian Burnham.
Can't help you.
Sure. Stop
Do you know the
bothering me
Burnham
with
lad?
questions.
He worked in the First National.
Can't rightly say I know him.
This town's deserted. Where is everybody?
If you don't like it, just turn around and leave.
Where is everybody? It's very quiet.
It's getting late, outsider. Folks know what's good for 'em are safely bolted in their homes by now.
I'm looking for Brian Burnham.
You're in the wrong place, asking the wrong questions, outsider.
Do you know the Burnham lad? He worked in the First National.
Can't say as I noticed what you're saying, stranger.
This town's deserted. Where is everybody?
I reckon you might have scared him off with that ugly face of yours.
Where is everybody? It's very quiet.
If you don't like it, just turn around and leave.
I'm looking for Brian Burnham.
I never heard of no Burnham.
Do you know the Burnham lad? He worked in the First National.
Stop your pestering with questions.
This town's deserted. Where is everybody?
It's getting late, outsider. Folks know what's good for 'em are safely.
The First
bolted in their
National's a
homes
large
by
chain.
now.
You sure you haven't seen it?
I'm sure. Stop bothering me with questions.
It's just a trash can. Nothing of interest. It's just a trash can. Nothing of interest. It won't open. It won't budge. These are the offices of the local newspaper, the Innsmouth Courier. It appears to be shut down. Look, it won't budge. It won't open. These are the offices of the local newspaper, the Innsmouth Courier.
Stop! You can't come down there.
The police clearly don't want me snooping around. I need to be more careful. It's the First National grocery store. It's a crime scene. The local law enforcement has blocked the main entrance. These posters are everywhere. Miracle cures. More like some con trying to make a fast buck. These posters are everywhere. It won't open. It won't budge. Where is everybody? It's very quiet.
Stop pestering me, stranger.
I'm looking for Brian Burnham.
Sorry, stranger. I can't help you.
Do you know the Burnham lad? He worked in the First National.
Please, stop bothering me, stranger.
This town's deserted. Where is everybody?
Just leave me be, stranger.
Where is everybody? It's very quiet.
I can't be seen talking to you.
I'm looking for Brian Burnham.
Just leave me be, stranger.
Do you know the Burnham lad? He worked in the First National.
I can't be seen talking to you.
This town's deserted. Where is everybody?
Stop pestering me, stranger.